Let's play video games!
Hello and welcome to Hard On Gaming, where the games are hard and so am I. I'm your host, BigStiffy, and this is Dwarfcraft, my modded Minecraft Let's Play. So, last episode, which was a couple weeks ago, I did finally manage to get a hammer made. And this episode, I did say last episode that I was going to do a little bit of quarrying, but I didn't get to that because I started doing other things. Instead, I was doing some cow breeding, and I managed to get 2 leather cows, I believe they are. And I started building this barn. I didn't get too far with it because I realized that at the scale I was building it, I would need lots and lots of wood, which I had not enough of. So I got 2 leather cows, a few vanilla cows. I got my horse penned up, and yeah. Aside from that, I don't think I've accomplished too much. I did make the stuff that I needed for... God, why does it sound so loud? I did get the stuff that I needed for making my gas collector, gas tank, and gas furnace, and I got some gas pipes. Which, that wasn't too bad. I had all the materials for it. It was just pretty tedious with making it all. Because my gas furnace requires copper large plates, which that's 8 copper per plate. Gasket, iron bars. The gas collector required a bunch of pressurizers, which I made require iron knife blades and friction plates. And the gas pipes were actually probably the worst because it required lots of leather, which I didn't have enough leather for that. So yeah. Aside from that, not doing too bad. Yeah, I haven't gotten too much accomplished. In fact, recently I've been playing not so much on my Modpack, but somebody invited me to play on a server they set up, which they're running FTB Infinity, which I still say that FTB mod packs are garbage because for the most part they're not tested, nothing's bug tested, they're completely unstable, and there's just so much feature overlap that you're never really get an idea of what to do, or there's so many different ways to accomplish the same thing that you end up just picking whatever's easiest or cheaper, because you know, that makes sense. Obviously you want more bang for your buck, and if you can get more bang for less buck, you're gonna go with that. So yeah. I need a bucket. So yeah, the FTB Infinity mod pack, I played on a previous version of it and I thought it was just absolutely ridiculous. Of course, I was also playing on a public server with that, and it was, I don't know, it just isn't that much fun. I don't know what it is. I guess there is the problem that when you're on a public server, there's always going to be that one mod that requires you to get a Ender Dragon egg, which, you know, whoever manages to get there first on a public server gets that luxury, and everybody else can just kind of like fuck off, which that's kind of disappointing. Although in the FTB Infinity mod pack you got that Draconic Evolution mod, which I think is just absolutely retarded, but that's another issue altogether. I mean, that mod will actually allow you to spawn in new Ender Dragons, which is kind of cool, because then it's kind of like everybody can get a shot at killing a dragon, although it's still not that great because there's a bunch of resources in the end which are related to that mod, which whoever kills the Ender Dragon first is obviously going to get first dibs, which means anybody else will have to fly out probably thousands of meters in any one direction, tens of thousands of meters, to try and find those ore comets that spawn in, which that not so much great, especially for the server owner, because that generates a huge dimension and causes tons of lag. So yeah, there's that. The new version of FTB Infinity, I don't know if it's any better or worse than the version that I played previously, but it wasn't that great, honestly. Still for the same reason, in that, you know, it's the real pricey resources are for whoever gets there first, and for the most part, you have tons of feature overlap from all these different mods, and I guess the mod RF tools now. What the hell? Is there a raccoon around here? I heard it. That thing is annoying. So I guess RF tools now is like a combination of features from all tons of different mods, which had me almost seething with rage, because I was like, you have to be kidding me. The mod pack has Mistcraft in it. It's got the thermal expansion, or whatever it is now, mod in it. It's got Ender IO, Applied Energistics, and apparently RF Tools is like a combination of all those mods in one. And my audio still seems really loud. So yeah, RF Tools is just a combination of lots and lots of features from other mod, which really pisses me off, because it just, as far as I see it, it's laziness, it's unoriginal, and I don't know. It's like whenever anybody gets into mod making, it seems that they always go for whatever they think they can do better, or they can't think of anything, so we'll take an already working idea from one mod and sprinkle their own little bit of flair onto it to make it seem original, which it ends up not being original in the least. And that just is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. But I digress. Although there is still the issue that the mod pack is still largely not tested, which just absolutely pisses me off, because you would think that they'd put a little bit of effort into testing things, but they just don't. So the mod pack is pretty buggy still. And in fact, I ended up getting into a problem where I just kept crashing from a server because I placed a signal bus from Tinker's Construct, and that is a no-no if you have what are we looking at active. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's like what am I looking at, Wayla, but it's like a server extension. I don't really fully understand it. Like, I don't know why there has to be two mods that accomplish the same thing. Which, I guess they're not really accomplishing the same thing. They're doing their own thing, but I still don't understand it. In any case, with what are we looking at installed, if you try looking at a signal bus, it just causes you to crash. And then when you try to log back in, you crash because you crashed while looking at it. And when you log in, you're still looking at it. And yeah, you can't get back on a server after that. And you actually have to probably call an admin to get rid of it. Or you have to look through, I don't know how many different forums to find out why the issue was happening in the first place, which eventually led me to the discovery that it is what are we looking at. So yeah, great stuff. And this is just all sorts of fucked up now, isn't it? I try and make this like even, and I fuck it up. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, what I should do, I didn't even think of this. Like, I have blood magic. I could just make a sigil of, what is it? It's like a blood lamp sigil? Ah, sigil of the blood lamp. So I need a magician's blood orb. I need 3 imbued slates, a torch, and 4 glowstone. Which I can't do because I need a tier 3 altar, which I don't have. Alright, so that's not something that's going to happen right now. But that would actually save me a lot of trouble. Oh well. Such is life. Now, I'm living kind of dangerously here with having these torches. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a wall behind me, just in case I happen to run into any gas. Because that is a thing that can happen. And if it does happen, I'm not in for a good time. I'm not sure at what Y level the gas starts spawning at. It could start spawning at, like, I don't know, Y level 30 or 40 or whatever. I don't know. So, let's see. I guess what I'll do is I'll make this area a little bit wider. And this can be like the gas catcher. And then I'll have to come down and get some lanterns set up. That way, I won't combust if I run into gas. In other news, I haven't really been working on mind test modding or really much of anything else lately, because I've just been kind of enjoying this reprieve from all the custodial work I was doing for the summer. So I've been just relaxing, not doing anything, not trying to stress out or whatever, just enjoying myself and not getting anything accomplished in the meantime. So that's something I'm gonna have to knuckle down and start getting back into. So let's see. Alright, so that's where my lamps are. Let's put all that stuff in there. Let's get the glowstone and stuff. Go back down. Now I guess I actually did myself like a disservice by making this room big. Because one of the issues with Glenn's gases is the fact that the gas doesn't like spread out too great. At some points the gas will just kind of get like stuck where it is on or underneath a block. I'm not really sure how the gases are programmed to work, but I guess the volumetrics of it just isn't that great. I'm gonna sneeze. And that clipped in the audio. Great. I'll have to edit that out. But yeah. Glenn's gases, the gases don't really spread out too great, so even if you do end up running into a gas pocket and the gas starts going up a mine shaft, you still have the issue where the gas can't get sucked up by the gas collector just because of the fact that it's God, what am I trying to say? And this is facing the wrong way. How does this work? Alright, so I have to place it on the bottom of the block, or top of the block, rather. So if there isn't enough gas to like push the smaller layers of gas around, then it probably won't get sucked up by the gas collector just because it doesn't spread out thinly enough. And the gas collector has absolutely no range whatsoever, so it only will suck up gases that are occupying adjacent block spaces. And I didn't think of this, but I should have brought water with me. Shit. Did not think of that. So I'm not really sure how to actually get around that whole issue. And another issue is that in this version of the mod, the gases do not, or the gas tanks aren't like connected, so you have to fill like each one individually, which is just a big pain in the ass. I think I can film like this. Yeah, that should work. That should work just fine. Okay, I gotta go back down. Actually, what the hell am I doing? You know what? Let's actually move this down like one block. There. Oh, that'll do, I suppose. And let's block all this up around it. There, that way there will be more surfaces for the gas to get sucked up into. Great. Oh, what am I doing? I took it with the hammer, and I forgot I don't have fortune on the hammer, so I don't get extra ore drops. Oh yeah, and another thing I thought about. In the FTB mod pack, it feels really vacant, even when you have other players, because there's no variety of animals or mobs. I mean, there's more variety than in vanilla, but there's still so little variety that it almost feels like there's nothing at all. The world feels really empty. And that is really goddamn disappointing. Especially when I've become so accustomed to stuff like Mo creatures in my mod pack. And I have to wonder why exactly it is that Mo creatures doesn't get used in FTB mod packs, because it's honestly a great mod. So you would think they would get used more often. I know there was some issue where the whatever the mod was that handled the spawning mechanics of Mo creatures was not being updated. I don't know if it's not been picked up yet or what, but I know that was an issue with it. Because if you use whatever the dev for Mo creatures uses for the spawning mechanics, it's completely broken. It doesn't work. And it looks like I've been recording for about 20 minutes, so I'm actually going to have to cut my rambling short. So that's pretty much all for this video. I didn't get too much accomplished. I managed to get some digging done. I think in the next episode I should be able to start collecting some green gas so I can make an airship. And maybe some green gas just so that I can smelt stuff, because I can use that as fuel as well. So, take care, Internet. Join me next time for some more Minecraft, or check out some of the other content on my channel if you feel so inclined. I try to keep it fresh and varied. And until next time, I'll see you in space.
I bet you were expecting some sort of fancy outro. Nope. Just this. But hey, you know what would be cool? Clicking one of those links below. Yeah, that'd make it cool.